welcome back. Our next guests are out in Nashville, Tennessee. We have an insurance specialist on with one of our top producing realtors. Please welcome back to the show, JC Cook, realtor with Crylike, and Jen Baroni. She is an agency owner with MetLife Auto and Home. Ladies, it's so great to have you on the show. Welcome back, JC, and welcome, Jen.
Thanks, Sarah. We're super excited to be here today.
Absolutely.
And good to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. So I know that we're kind of talking about insurance today in Nashville. And JC, you were telling us that you felt really important that you bring Jen onto the show. So can you give us a little bit of the scoop about Jen and what she does?
Absolutely. So Jen is my insurance partner, and she's an agency owner with MetLife Auto and Home. And a big important topic with real estate is homeowners insurance, and there are specific things that are pertinent to Nashville that I wanted Jen to educate the public about today. So that's why I brought her on.
Oh, perfect. Well, Jen, welcome. And I know as an agency owner, there's probably, topics that come up all the time, especially within real estate. But what do you think is the #1 insurance topic that Nashvillians really need to be aware of?
What's really important to keep in mind is that when you're insuring a product, so to speak, like when you get home insurance or you get auto insurance, most people think that they're insuring an item. And really the bigger picture is that you're insuring yourself and protecting yourself and your assets. So when you're purchasing a home, and even if you already own one, not only do you need to make sure you have proper coverages on the home, but you need to make sure you have proper coverages on the auto side of things so you're protecting your assets as well. For example, if you get in your car to go to work every day, you literally want to think about strapping your home and every asset that you have on the roof of your car so that if an incident happens on your way to work, all of those things, your home and all of their assets, they're basically up for grabs. So it's important to have a local agent walk through those things step by step with you.
Okay, perfect. Sounds super important. And JC, I know that you were saying that there's 2 insurance topics that are very specific to the Nashville market. So can you tell us quickly about those? And then Jen, what's also the importance there?
Absolutely. The 2 main things that I think I always end up educating the customer on, and that's what Jen is so good about, is we have an influx of condos and townhomes being built in Nashville right now. The insurance with those is completely different. And Jen, speak to that a little bit. We have HOA fees associated with those condos and townhomes, and what part of insurance does that include? And then what do you need to help provide them?
Absolutely. So with condos and townhomes, typically it's not just your standard home policy. You have an HOA that provides a master policy, which is going to kick in the event of a large loss. So it's actually most oftentimes what's considered an HO6, a condo policy. So when you're paying those HOA fees and you're like, where is this money going? Just keep in mind that it's actually saving you on the back end, and your condo insurance will actually be less than typical, so it should average out.
Okay, perfect. And then the other topic was, if you lived in Nashville in 2010, you're fully aware, but with so many new people moving to the market, we had a tremendous flood here, and it devastated a lot of the town. And FEMA recently rezoned a lot of our areas. And obviously most people know if your house is in a floodplain, it requires flood insurance. But Jen, there's some misconceptions about flood insurance. So tell them a little bit about that.
Absolutely. First and foremost, the biggest misconception is that you only need it if you're in a floodplain or if your mortgage company requires it. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Ask anybody that was here in 2010. There was a lot of devastation for people that did not have a flood policy. But the other large misconception is that it's incredibly expensive. And honestly, I've seen policies as little as just a couple $100s for an entire year, depending on where it's located. So be sure to check with your insurance agent on what that would look like for your home, regardless of what the requirement is.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Well, before I let you go, I know we're kind of running out of time, but JC, there's a new development I know you wanted to highlight. Can you talk about that briefly?
Yes, thanks, Sarah. So the new development that I want to talk about is the Summit at Whitebridge, and it is located at 239 Whitebridge Road. It's an awesome new development that they're almost finished with phase 1. There are 19 townhomes. They are 3 stories. They're all 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths with large 2-car garages. And there are a couple of things that are fantastic about these units. They are high-end finishes. There's some really nice touches, kind of mud rooms at the bottom of the stairs. There's unbelievable views from the balconies, the rooftop balconies off the master bedrooms in these. Large patios off the back of the main level. But the finishes and the price on these they range from $480 all the way up to about $515. It's just, they're beautiful. And the location is really super close to Charlotte and in between kind of Harding Road and Charlotte Pike. So in a very good location to getting downtown and close to the highways. But they're built by they're excuse me, built by Brookstone Group. And yeah, Summit at Whitebridge, I can't say enough. They're starting the next phase of 9 builds, and they'll all be completed by the summer of 2019.
Amazing. Well, everybody should contact you, JC, to get the scoop on that when they're all ready. And thank you so much again for coming on. Great to see you. And Jen, thanks for coming on as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Sarah.
And we'll be right back.